All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sons of Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? In this lesson, I want to talk about, how to increase wisdom to really, if because you have people in this world that claim to be wise, that claim to be knowledgeable, to claim to know something, right? Which is the vast majority of people. Those of us that actually know this truth, that have the eye salve of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, we know that the average person, the average Joe walking, the block, is a total, NPC, if you will, a non-playable character. Okay? Those of us that have really woken up to this truth understand that, as the scriptures say, basically, roughly paraphrasing, the masses of people were born in vain, if you will. Okay? We know through the prophecies that majority of people here in America that's walking up and down the street will be destroyed in a horrible manner very soon, and their lives really don't matter. Okay, they're just extras in this movie. Okay, but just like any movie, any show, book, novel, if any story, whether it's an inspiring story, especially a great story, right? There's always a protagonist and an antagonist, a good guy and a bad guy, and those are the real main characters of all stories. And their teams, if you will, the people that side with the good guy and the people that side with the bad guy, and everybody else in between who don't really know which side to go on and shit. They just get destroyed. They end up as collateral damage in the midst of the war. Okay, but at the end, the bad guy, his team, the bad guy, they lose. Okay, but it's always at the end though, because if the bad guys lose, if they get taken out in the beginning of the movie's over, right? So the bad guy is always preserved. And it's no difference in this movie of life, this story of life, which has all been predicted or said before, dictate to speak, right? This whole world, every all of the recorded history of mankind up until this point, and up until the future world, where the culmination of this world, if you will, is going to end with Yahweh Shai coming back, the one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Okay, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, the son of Yahweh, the one the world ignorantly calls God. Okay, Yahweh Shai and his father Yahweh being both so-called black men. Okay, the real powers behind the heavens and the earth. Okay, in this whole movie, this whole story. Okay, because as Yahweh Shai, as the scriptures say, I come in the volume of the book. Speak, it is written of me. Talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay, so really this is Yahweh Shai's world. And he's coming back to take this world and take out the current rulers of this world, which are all evil, satanic pedophiles, okay? When you really get down to it. When you really get down to it, if you're somebody that really knows what's going on in the world, you are fully aware that the lifeblood, if you will, of this current society, this current world order, is fueled with shit like this, okay? Which I'm going to showcase a perfect example, okay, of how the elites of this world, which you have levels to the elites, okay? You got the super high top elites, which are your international bankers, okay, different banking cartels, banking families that, of course, if you own the gold, you rule, period, right? They make the money. They own all the other lower level banks that issue out the loans, and they own the central bank, the Federal Reserve Bank. And we understand who these people are, right? And who they claim to be. Then you have people under them, and it's a pyramid. But this is an example. You have this is an example of how these people basically put it into right in your face what they actually do. So if you can't see it, this is all the basis of witchcraft. We're gonna if you really are on a level, you have to admit that this world is especially American society, which the influence of America has entered the whole world, penetrated the world, okay, is ran off witchcraft. It's ran off of sacrifice. And this video might get flagged or whatever, but I don't, hey, it is what it is. This is a place known as Voodoo Donuts, right? As you can see, these donuts look a little weird and creepy, right, at first glance. But check it out. Voodoo Donuts, which they have one in Universal Orlando. We're going to get back to that, but the original place, it was founded in Portland, Seattle, right? Now look at this donut right here. It's supposedly voodoo doll, right? But look at this supposed skin color of the doll, and then look at the lips. An obvious caricature of, mocking the image of the so-called Negro. And it's, it's little. It's telling you it's a little boy. Okay? So that's the theme of their donuts. Now, mine, look at the name, Voodoo Donut. Right? So, it's telling you it's witchcraft, right? These are more of their donuts. You got the pentagram on the donut with the blood sprinkled over it. You got another one, looks like another little boy being tortured. It looks like a bloody hand on him, like a bloody handprint on him. He looks like he's screaming in pain, right? Representing torture. Right? You got another one. Another little so-called black boy with a pentagram on him. Looked like blood coming out of his mouth. You got a stick in his body like he got stabbed. You have a phallic symbol looking like with blood on the tip. Alright? Now check this out. Look at the donut. Look at the donut. Look at that symbol, that blue triangle, right? If you know anything about this type of stuff, I have pedophile symbols, and look what you have here. Represents a pedophile who is attracted to young boys, which the word pedophile, pedo, means boy. Phile, go back to philos, means lover. Okay, a pedophile is somebody who's attracted to little boys. All right, and people use that term to call a man who has a sexual attraction to a developed woman who is able to bear children. Okay, they will call a man who is attracted to what he's supposed to be attracted to. They'll call him a pedophile if the woman is not an age that they're comfortable with. Okay, when in reality that word has only ever been referred, or used to refer to people who are attracted to little boys. What is the word for somebody who is attracted to a woman who is not the age that someone else is comfortable with? We don't know. Okay, because from the beginning of time, men have been marrying and reproducing with women who are fully physically developed and able to reproduce as God, the Creator, the Most High intended since the beginning. Okay? But here you go. It's clear they're putting the symbolism right in front of you. Okay? Look. So they're letting you know that being a pedophile, right, and doing Satanism, witchcraft, it goes hand in hand. Okay. Now let's take a look at the starters, the people that founded this shit. Well, first of all, I put starters looking, for the people. I meant to say founders. Look at their slogan. Voodoo Donut. The magic is in the hole. Now, even Aleister Crowley said the shortcut to getting tapped in with Satan, the fastest way is popping a little boy. That's Aleister Crowley said that. Okay, why? When you really think about it, it makes sense. Especially, they're showing you who they're like to doing it to. The little Jake boys. Okay? Because even when you look into the symbolism of the donut itself, we have to understand these people rule the world. And they use symbolism to speak to one another. Because they know they can't talk about this stuff openly because the masses of people would rise against them. So they speak about stuff through code. And it's also it's a mockery to the people who are not initiated. People who don't know what's going on. You see, the people that's working the actual the witchcraft, the people that are casting out the spells onto the masses through things like setting up these donut shops. You have an average person come eat the donut. Ha ha ha. Look at a little voodoo donut. Ha ha ha. You don't know what they probably put blood in that shit. So you're taking part of the ritual, whether you know it or not. And if you don't know, that just proves you're a fucking idiot. So they look at you like a expendable resource. Okay? So the people that are practicing this witchcraft that governs the world, they are part of the elite. Okay? They are part of the initiated class. They are part of the controlling class. While the average person, they may have a little money, but if they don't know what the fuck is going on, they're under the spell. You see, the people that really practice these things, their first desire is not money, it's power. And understand, once they gain the power, the money's gonna come. So they use witchcraft, they use these type of ritualistic things to gain power over people. Okay, which going back to the symbolism itself, the other symbol they like to use is what? The spiral. Right? Because again, There's a reason why the Lord said, as a matter of fact, let's get the scriptures. I'm going to come back to some of these. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 17. This is King Solomon speaking. The wisest man that ever lived, wisest king that ever lived, who was Yahweh Shai in his former life. Right? And this is what he said. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So, according to the scriptures, according to the wisest king that ever lived, if you increase your wisdom, if you increase your knowledge, you're gonna, by default, it's gonna increase your sorrow. When you wake up, so basically when you wake up to the truth, when you wake up to reality, it's not gonna feel good. Why? Because you find out shit like this. You find out that the powers that govern the world are emanate from the left hand. That's the secret. Then the average person doesn't really want to think about, because it's too heavy for their mind. But the people that are actually working this witchcraft behind the scenes, they're highly intelligent, highly crafty, highly cunning. Okay? So they look at the average people like peons, which they are. And the average, low level person will come eat one of these fucking donuts and support these people, not knowing what the hell So the people eating the donuts, the low level people going to the restaurants, those are like the people in the middle of the NPCs. Those are the people that are going to be fucking destroyed when all hell breaks loose. And when you really get into it, the people that practice these left-hand doctrines, they know about they know about all hell breaking loose. They know what's to come. They know this current society is going down, right? Because they're the ones helping to bring it down. And they believe that they're going to take part in the next kingdom. That's the deception that they believe. As the scriptures say, the deceived and the deceiver is also his. So the people practicing deception, they themselves are being deceived into thinking that in the end they're going to win. Which that deception comes from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because if not, they wouldn't do what they do in the first place. So, showing you that those of us that have the true knowledge, we really know what's going on. But anyway, we got the spiral, right? That goes back to mind control. So we breaking down some of this symbolism, right? Which you got the hypnosis symbol, which represents what? Mind control, hypnotism, MK Ultra. Okay, when you actually get into because the CIA, the FBI, they the ones that release these symbols. Okay. You see, these come from these disclosures that the FBI have to release, that the CIA have to release when they do they certain cases. So you think the FBI and the CIA, all these so-called organizations that are so-called set up to protect people and whatnot, you think they don't know that these people are doing these things? These are the founders of this place. Look at them. Just look at them. Warlocks. Satanists. Look at this guy. Then they got the Michael Jackson. What was he known for? Okay? Look. You don't see no little vanilla boy donuts. They all chocolate with big red lips, showing you what they like. They even told you that in the Goodbye Uncle Tom, film that you can watch right now on YouTube. That the slave masters, going back to the plantation, they love to take advantage of our young ones, and boys and girls, but mostly the boys. That's historical fact, showing you that these people, that's their nature, that's in them. They are Satan in the flesh, but not all of them know that. You got some of them, they're Christian, because they low level. But the elites of their people know exactly where their power emanates from. Okay, they know what's going on. The elite of Esau, Edom, and the people that practice these left hand and are part of these different circles and rings, they know what's going on. Up until the point where they have how can I say, they are not fooled. They're not ignorant to Satan's devices because they practice Satan's devices. Just like we are not ignorant of Satan's devices because we call them out and abstain from them, and we stick to the Most High's practices. But the people everywhere in between, they don't know what the hell is going on. They just gonna get caught in the crossfire. Okay. And again, where they put this in, and they put one of them in Universal Studios. Okay, which again, mentioning the MK Ultra. You look up the MK Ultra files, which MK Ultra stands for Mind Control Ultra, a CIA program. When you go into the documents that they released about their own program, it go into how sexual trauma is the quickest way to break down the mind, to break down the consciousness of an individual, especially a young person. And that when you open up their consciousness, you're able to inject whatever programming you want. Okay, which these are all satanic practices. You basically just harvesting the person's soul. Okay, aka witchcraft. And that's why the scriptures say that if man shall lie with mankind, if man shall lie with man as he lieth with a woman, right? Matter of fact, let's just read it. Again, if they strike this video, it is what it is. Okay. This is Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay? That's talking about the giver and the receiver. Whether it was forced or not. Because even if it's forced, you have done irreparable damage to whoever it was forced upon. So the little boys that are take place, that are used for these ritual sacrifices, their spirits are done. Okay? And that's even what proves that is because if you jump down to verse 15, it says, if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and he shall slay the beast. Because that beast is done. That animal has a you put a demon on that animal. So the boys that they use to take place in these ritualistic satanic sacrifices, they gotta die too. And that's why a lot of time they get sacrificed right after. And these are the things that the average person can't see. But this is the shit that rules the world. Look at where they got one at. Oh, delightfully weird, sinfully delicious. Right? They put it in Universal Studios, Universal Orlando Resort. If you know anything about Orlando, right? What is Orlando known for? Tourism. At these different theme parks and resorts, like Disney World, first of all, Universal Studios, Island of Adventure, SeaWorld, and so forth and so on. And what are these places geared for? Families, adults with their young children. Okay? So Orlando is filled with people bringing their children from all over the world. They're unfamiliar with this place, unfamiliar with this city, going into these big parks and with many places where children can go missing, right? And potentially get snatched. We already heard about the tunnels underneath Disney World. Okay? And there's always child trafficking busts going down in Orlando. Florida in general, but especially in and around Orlando. Children go missing at these parks all throughout the year. Because these places are built for that. That's what it's really. It ain't about for you to come and have fun. Yeah, they make money off that too. But really, these places are set up to snatch, child snatching grounds. And you got these stupid ass parents bringing them right to them. Feeding the system that rules this world. You see? And that's why the scripture said we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Now, even first of all, to even get these, first of all, what is Universal Studios known for? That's a movie production company. Hollywood, right there. That's the connection, you know? Especially what's going on with all this Diddy shit, right? What I just heard, LeBron James stepped down from the Lakers. What's that all about? If you know, you know. When you really study how the world works, you understand how big business works. How you have to understand money is a flow. It's a currency. Okay, we understand how the powers and real movers and shakers of this earth, they just share the riches, they share the wealth. First of all, the way it works is you do something to get into the circle, and once you get in the circle, you enjoy the riches, you enjoy the benefits of being in the circle. And in the circle, they just flow money around and around. Okay, so in order to get these big business contracts, you set up a restaurant inside of a theme park or inside of a big resort that already has traffic, that already has money flowing through it. You put your restaurant there, that's guaranteed money. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what product you're selling. It don't really matter how good your product is, because the people that are already going there are just going to buy your product because it's there for convenience. So long as it's decent, you're going to make money. So when these big companies allow you to do business with them, they're basically doing you a favor. So what do you really got to do to get in? You got to do a favor to get a favor. And when you really look back, that's how society at a grand scale operates. Favor for favor. And then once those favors are exchanged, then the money can flow. So when you look at it, all right, spiritually, you clearly see what the hell is going on. And these people that own the shop, you think they're just regular shop makers, but really, they are part of circles with high-level movie producers, high-level people in politics, high-level people in the finance world, high-level people in the tech world. And they all are they are part of a brotherhood. So we clearly see why King Solomon said, "He that increases knowledge increases sorrow." And if you can't acknowledge that, if you can't acknowledge these things that take place in the world, that show you don't really have no knowledge. You don't really know what the hell is going on. But again, as the scripture said, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know how the end of all this is gonna be. That's why this current world system has to be destroyed. It's plain. When you understand the truth of the scriptures, you clearly see why the Lord is going to destroy this current society. It's wicked to the core. Okay, I'm gonna end off with this, Lord willing. This is 2 Peter chapter 3. And verse 10. 2 Peter 3 and 10. Salakia. And you see the title, subtitle, whatever, header. A new heaven and earth. 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord, what's that talking about? The day that the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Yahweh Shai, the one the word ignorantly, called JC, because you see that written in the Bible, but you don't understand that's a translation. That's not even a translation, that's a transliteration. And it's way off, and it really don't mean nothing. You actually have to go into you have to study the actual ancient Hebrew language to actually find out the true names of the Most High and His Son. You ain't gonna read a book written in English, and which English itself was built upon other languages mixed together. Anyway, 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So Yahweh Shai coming back like a thief in the night. Is a thief in the night, first of all, is a thief in the night meaning you good harm, good intent? No, they coming to break open your house, ransack your shit. Okay? So that analogy right there alone show you that when the Lord come back, he ain't coming back on no happy, joy shit. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. How that's gonna happen? Through them nuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Because the missiles, once the missiles are in the air, that's when the Lord gonna come back. Once the missiles are shot off. Okay. The Lord, along with His angels, are gonna cause these different nations to shoot nuclear missiles at America. That is going to be the crux, if you will, the climax of World War III. That's how it's gonna end. And the Lord has already prophesied it through many prophets, going back all the way to the beginning. This great destruction that's getting ready to take place is going to top any, destruction that the Lord has done. Top Egypt, top Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, and others. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. You're also going to have concentrated heat, concentrated fire coming from the nuclear missile, from the chariots themselves, so-called UFOs. Which you got sightings, so-called UFO sightings all over the earth right now. Mainly here in America. Which I believe they're going to do a fake alien invasion. Okay? I believe that. Okay? I believe that. When the scriptures say that Esau's going to come with great deception, that even the very elect would be deceived, it makes total sense. Okay? But we do know that eventually at one point or another, the chairs of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai are going to really manifest themselves. And they're doing it now. Okay? Already. So, that's why we have to pray for discernment. That's another, huge reason why we have to pray for discernment. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. The works, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. We just showed you what the works are. You can believe it or not. You could choose to be a fool, or you can accept the truth for what it is. And you know, pray to Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai that he has mercy on you and your family and delivers you from this shit. Talking to myself first. But, you know, we see what's going on. We're well aware of the works that are in this earth. And we see clearly why I got to get burned up. The Lord ain't getting ready to fucking send nuclear missiles out here and literally destroy millions of people for no reason. Because again, what I just showed you with the voodoo donuts, that's just one example of many. That type of, once your eyes are open, you understand what's really going on in the world, then you start learning about some of the symbolism. You see that shit everywhere. And that's part of their magic, by putting it in your face to demonstrate their power. Again, the FBI is the one who put out these symbols, so you don't think that they're monitoring these people? Why they not doing nothing about it? Hello? The Lord is going to do something about it. This is 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Look at the NLT. Since everything around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives should you live? Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we understand this current world system is getting ready to be destroyed. But, you know, the coming kingdom is going to be for the elect of Israel. These devils think somehow, some way, they're going to extend their kingdom through whatever deception that, you know, they're being told by their handlers and whatnot. But if you go up the chain of command all the way up to the top, these people are all being fucking controlled and deceive them damn selves. Because, little secret, Satan works for Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. And that's the little secret that, you know, some of these people don't know. No, Satan is not he's not off the leash. He might have told you that. But he's under total control of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shai. He ain't doing nothing that he ain't told to do. He's not on your side. Okay? And you will see that. You're gonna see that very soon. Okay? So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hopefully it was edifying with that. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua Bashmi Dawson. To the next one. Shalom.